press conference will be in Spanish. So please use the interpreting feature, which should be available on channel 2.
Buenas noches, Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Welcome to our Matchday -1 press conference ahead of tomorrow's UEFA Champions League fixture against Atletico Madrid. I'm joined by Pedro, Porro and our head coach Igor Tudor. We'll take questions for both and ask for a maximum of 2 questions per reporter to get through as many as we can in the time we have. Please use the microphones provided. I presume there are microphones. And there's headsets available for translation. Who wants to go first? Yeah.
Buenas, Pedro. Aquí.
Hello, Pedro. Tomorrow you are playing in one of the hardest grounds in Europe. Are you ready for that? Well, good evening, everyone. To answer your question, yes. I think we need to have the mindset for tomorrow's game. I've warned the players that we are coming to a very tough ground to play in. I like watching football, and I think we do have the proper mindset for this clash.
First off, one for Igor. You said on Thursday night about the players who might want to be in your boat and the players who aren't in the boat. I just wondered, will we know by your team selection tomorrow who's in your boat?
No, first 11, as you know, we never said, but the players who are in this position you saw this morning on the training. So we are happy that Romero is back, Jed is back, Bissouma is not, and Souza, because of the rules we said, Champions League. So the players are coming back, that's important. For first time that I'm here, we will have let's say, available the players to play in defense on side, the players we usually play. So all 3 games happened that we miss the players on their positions and we miss the players who are usually playing. So beautiful game to play tomorrow. Okay, so total different competition than Premier League. There is a good experience from this season, past game. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Pedro, one for you as well. We saw when you came off on Thursday, you were very upset and obviously hitting your chair and getting angry. There's some fans that suggest that maybe the players don't care as much as they do. I mean, does that show how much you care?
You want to respond in English or in Spanish?
Well, it is my own reaction because I just want to make it clear it was not about the manager. I am a player who gives it all on the pitch to 100%, and we never like losing. It's just about that. So just to end all the speculation that it was about the manager, it's everyone's situation. We've never seen ourselves in this situation. So it was just my reaction.
Well, this is the first time you've been able to select Christian Romero since you've been here. First of all, as a former centre-back yourself, what kind of qualities does he bring? And how determined is he to play his part in turning around this whole situation for Tottenham?
Yeah, he missed a lot. He was also not feeling good to not be in circumstances to help the team. So now he's back. He was working these 2-3 weeks a lot. Even with the fitness coach, he did a separate running session. So to be in better shape now when he's back. We are happy. I'm sure that tomorrow he'll be a leader like he's always. And then we make together one good game.
And Pedro, you know him well, Christian. How much is he hurting right now? Looking at the way the season has panned out, how much does he want to make amends and sort this out for Spurs?
No, Cuti es un jugador muy.
Well, I think he's a very important player for us. We know it. Everyone in the squad knows it. He makes all the difference. And we missed him a lot. Because he can give a lot to the team and we were missing him. So we are delighted to have him back. He is hugely important for us. And this is all I can say.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes, Gonzalo Palafox.
Hello, Pedro. We asked Simeone in the afternoon if Atletico Madrid are the favourites. If you are, depending on what we're measuring, because in the league phase you were fourth on the table, so you should be favourites. Do you think Tottenham are favourites, or do you think Atletico are? Well, as he said, it depends on how you look at it. We were fourth on the table on the league phase, and they had an amazing season. So we just hope to give our best for tomorrow, and I hope it goes well for us.
Hi, Igor. You're appointed Spurs head coach to keep the club in the Premier League. After recent results, how do you feel about these two games against Atletico, and for you, how important are they?
Of course, they're important. Every game is important. As I said, always after the game, we need to be focused on us to grow. So it can be opportunity. Total different mentality aspect can be used in this kind of the game. So maybe this can help us. Seeing which problems we have. I believe that this kind of games can help us to switch in the right way, but always focus on us to grow as a team, to do the things better, and that's the point.
Pedro said it, I think yesterday, so many big names and characters injured, but I looked at training videos today, there was a lot of passion, you stopping training and talking to the players. Was it a good session, and do you feel you're getting a lot out of these players over the last few days?
Yeah, I saw that more the time is passing, the sessions are always better, there is more quality in everything, especially because important players are coming back in the team. So that's the key, of course. As I said before, lots of old habits sometimes need more time than you expected to change. This is also very interesting, and this is the thing we are speaking, me with the staff every day, how fast we can make a changes. Sometimes it's not easy. It's need to put effort that usually you are not able to do. So when I'm speaking about changes, when I'm speaking about both, I'm speaking about that because it's not easy to change the things you are doing for a month or for a year. So something is moving, not something, I think, quite, not just something. So let's see tomorrow.
Hi Igor, Alex Ashmore for Sporty TV. Obviously you've said this game is really important for you, but in some ways it may be a free hit to try some things new to work out. Obviously for the Premier League you want to focus on the relegation battle, the fight to stay up. Is it potentially a chance to try some things that could work at the weekend and going forward in the Premier League?
I agree. Both things, as I said, focus on us. We are playing against a team who has a story in this Champions League. So they have experience, they have quality. We need to do our best in terms that we need to grow. As you said also, because our first aim is Premier League, and this need to be said also publicly. It's a normal thing. This is something extra, but that don't mean that we don't want to pass, and we don't want to go in next round.
Y una pregunta para Pedro, ¿cómo han sido esos meses?
And a question for Pedro, how have the last few months have been from your perspective? Well, they have not been easy because of everything we've gone through. Of course, during the whole season, I've repeated it. I had a minor injury a few weeks ago, and I just need to be ready. And I could tell you they have been tough times, but this does not affect my mindset and my teammates' mindset. We always want to do our best, and of course, the past few weeks have not gone our way, have not gone the way we expected. So we just need to keep going till the end and do things as well as possible.
Alisson, because when you arrived at the club, he was coming back from injury. You used him in all 3 games. He scored against Fulham. How do you see his importance for the team, and is he ready to start tomorrow?
Yeah, he will start tomorrow.
In which position?
I already said you enough.
Center back, no?
Huh?
Center back.
Buenas, Pedro. Álvaro Gibrale.
Hello, Pedro. The team situation in the Premier League is radically different to the one we are seeing in the Champions League. What is the main reason for this? Well, I cannot give you a final answer on this. We have not been able to achieve the consistency we wanted. It could be because of different circumstances. But in the Champions League, we've competed well. We've done things right. And this is the reason why we are here. We also need to look at the positive side. The team has competed well in Europe, and we just need to put the icing on the cake in the Premier League and do our best.
We've talked already about the injuries, and the injuries have been such a big problem for Tottenham for such a long time. Is the lesson that these days you need a really big squad to compete in these competitions, in the Champions League and the Premier League as well?
Yeah, of course. I think every people like this, no? When you have too much players in the squad, also for the gaffers, it's easy, no? But I think in the moment when I speak this, sometimes the translate for the English to Spanish is a little bit different, no? But I think it's not for right thing or bad thing, no? It's because when you have every player fit, it's good for us, no?
And my other question, there's an idea, I think, that Tottenham have so many good players that maybe with the relegation battle there's less risk because some of these players will just leave and go to other clubs. I wonder if maybe you can kind of clarify that the players really care about the situation in the Premier League.
Well, I think this is a tough situation. But the important thing, now that we are here, is to focus on tomorrow's game. And this is what matters.
What do you think of this version of this Atletico Madrid team? And when you take on Diego Simeone's teams, what specific things do you have to bear in mind?
First of all, mentality of the coach. We know how he was a player and how he's a coach. So mentality of the team, experience they have in this competition, quality players. In every moment they can score the goal, and they never rent. So tough opponent to play against. Big motivation from our side to do one good game tomorrow.
Tell us a bit more about how you see his mentality.
No, we know how he is. Staying here, I don't know how many years in one club. This means something. I have big respect for him. Amazing coach.
Hello, question please for Pedro. Pedro, what do you think of the new boss? What's life been like under him?
No, desde que sube la llegada de...
Well, since I found out he was coming to the club, I knew he was going to be a manager that would help us a lot. And all of the players know that we need to be on the right path with him. And again, we know that he's only in for 3 weeks now. And He just needs to learn everything about us and the other way around. So we're on the right path.
Gracias, thank you.